Tonight we are doing our stress kit workshop, and my name is Amber, and I am an associate from HPY Go, and I got started about a year ago. And we're just going to talk about these awesome drops tonight and what they can do for you. So I got started in HPY Go because of my awesome grandma who had an awesome success story. She started on them, and this is her before, and this is her after in 2021. And she did get me to join around 2021. However, I didn't take the products, I didn't take them accurately. I didn't, really believe in them and understand that they actually could work. So therefore, I didn't really get on the wagon. But last year, she invited me to go to Cancun, and I decided I would go. And while I was there, I witnessed the fact that everybody that sells these products were also taking these products, and I thought that was pretty cool. If they had pain, they were asking for the STP and SLD. If they had stomach issues, MLS and ice. And I was kind of blown away. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get serious and I'm going to try these because all these people are taking them. There must be something to it. So I came home and accidentally stopped my antidepressant. So when I say accidentally, I have ADHD, so putting it away means I forget it exists. But usually with antidepressants, you have a result from that. You would be upset, you'd be crying, you have some kind of side effect from coming off of it. However, I felt fine. After 2 weeks was when I realized I wasn't taking either of my medications anymore, which I thought was pretty astounding. And so then I started looking at my daughter, Presley, who they wanted to put on anti-anxiety medicine and ADHD stimulants. And I was not really wanting to do that because of the side effects. So this is her in her first grade year, and we were in the summer after the first grade year. She was anxious, she didn't want to participate in school, and she had an amazing teacher, so it didn't really have anything to do with the teacher. We got diagnosed with ADHD and dyslexia. So I put her on our products over the summer, and we started school pretty good. By the time we were getting into the school year, I realized it was different already. She was smiling for the teacher's pictures, she was focusing, and she was making all A's and B's pretty effortlessly because we fixed her gut and we fixed her mental state with our Happy and Relax and the MLS. So today we're actually talking about our Happy and our Relax, which are our stress kit drops. The Relax is one of the first, is our flagship program drop. They designed it because the owner of our company's best friend was afraid to fly. So he wanted him to take trips with him, so he developed a drop that could help his anxiousness when he would fly. And then they realized that the side effect was you got really good sleep. So it doesn't exactly necessarily put you to sleep, but it helps you sleep better. It gives you great REM sleep, and it helps you feel more grounded when you take it. It has great things like Siberian ginseng, chamomile flower, passion flower, banana, lettuce leaf, and ashwagandha. And just by letting that dissolve in our mouth, it's delicious, and it just really kind of helps. It's almost like a natural muscle relaxer, natural Xanax, if you want to say that. It just is an overall great thing, and it's safe for everybody. In fact, we're coming up on the 4th of July, and they're actually safe for dogs. You can dissolve in water a Relax if you have animals that have anxiety, and they won't be so fearful of the fireworks. Next, we're going to talk about the Happy, which it pairs very well with the Relax, and this is a great mood booster. It does a lot of different things. They have noticed that it has helped people overcome addictions. It has helped people feel overall better. It actually helps with pain too. It has some great things like ginger root, licorice root, ginkgo leaf, chamomile flower, passion flower leaf, banana, devil's claw, turmeric, pear, sea buckthorn berries, hemp seeds, and ashwagandha. So it doesn't have the THC of the hemp seed, it has the DNA of the hemp seed. So you get all the benefits without the extra added things. In fact, all of these are made up of the DNA of the botanicals.
Which one is that?
That's the Happy.
What's the Happy? Oh.
Yep, that is the Happy. And it has benefits like increasing dopamine and serotonin, improving your sleep, supporting healthy blood pressure. It has anti-inflammatory, antioxidant properties. It can reduce the symptoms of anxiety, stabilize your mood, promote relaxation, It can relax your tense muscles. It's rich in copper, which is essential for our central nervous system. And it provides vitamins and healthy fats for our brain and mental clarity. So it literally does a lot of different things. It can even help with our focus, which is probably another thing to help with Presley's focus, because I didn't go the traditional, the drop that is actually for focus is not the one that she takes. She takes the one that is our energy drop, because she doesn't prefer the latte flavor of the brain, which I like, but
I liked it too.
it's good.
Sure.
The GTS has a great like pineapple flavor, but she really likes that one. She takes it easy. Additionally, when school stopped, I took her off of her drops. Not on purpose, not because I didn't want to give them to her, but because we weren't up together in the morning, and so I figured she's not in school, she doesn't have to focus. Well, what I noticed was about 3 weeks after she stopped taking them, she was having anxiety attacks to the point where she couldn't breathe, and she was crying. She was staying with grandparents who she knew. She was calling me, telling me she was scared and she wants to come home. And it was just, you know, it really hit me that these products are like helpful to her, and I forgot that she has anxiousness. I thought it was only school related. However, it affects her just like it affects me.
I was about to say, I think it just runs in our family.
It runs in our family, and so
It's daddy's house.
you know, the worry of life. You know, if we have something all natural that we can put in our mouth and you can literally feel a result within 15 minutes, it's pretty remarkable. Does anybody have any questions?
When you say it has copper, that has nothing to do with like iron deficiency. It won't help with that at all.
No, we have other things that help with iron
It will.
deficiency. I will look that up because I don't know which one it is. But no, the copper is just one of those essential. It's essential for our bodies. I didn't know copper was essential.
I think
Some
it's
people,
copper good for our kids.
yes, and copper has a weird result. Some people's hair has stopped growing gray
A lot of
With-
people drink their coffee
with-
and teas out of a copper.
out of the copper tins. There's a
Yeah.
lot of health benefits, I think, for copper. All of our drops are naturally grounded because they're negatively ionic fused. So they literally have a lab, and nobody's allowed to go inside that lab, and they create a lightning storm with the plant DNA, and so they infuse that lightning, which infuses the life back into that plant DNA. And so essentially the drops are actually like living drops that are going into our system, and our system knows exactly what to do with it. Because plant DNA and human DNA, I think, is only like 0.5% difference. So our bodies are like little computers, and so when we dissolve them in our mouth, our bodies just send it where it needs to go. And sometimes we'll take one and we'll be like, we're taking it for this, but our bodies decide that it's gonna go here because you might need it here. So say you're taking it for a pain in
Especially
your,
with as many ingredients that it has.
right,
And you
Well-
never know what you're deficient
right.
in.
Yes. I mean, but so many things, and they all work synergistically. So there's a lot that overlap. Like if you notice, they have some overlap here. So you've got chamomile flower, passion flower, and banana in both. But they are microdosed ingredients. So
Okay.
it's dosed at a micro level. It's impossible to overdose on anything. And they recommend, like, if you take it and you're still having symptoms, you can take another up to 3. And it's not that you're an overdose after 3. It's just that after 3, they probably won't be much more effective. You know, after 3 in a row. Now, if you're spacing it out, say if you're addressing pain, sometimes you might need that 4 times a day if you're in a lot of discomfort. Like if you just had surgery or something, you might want to take it every 4 hours.
Is that with like one drop, taking it 3 in a row, or is that with all the
No,
drops?
1 drop. So like you could take all 19 of the drops, but they're just saying 1 drop. You wouldn't want to do more than 3 in a row because it just wouldn't be
One
beneficial.
particular drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I often take 2 relax. I think I'm kind of one of those weird people who I don't really necessarily notice. I feel normal when I take them. I've noticed when I don't take them. So I'm not necessarily one of those people who like take it and say, oh, I feel like super relaxed.
But that's because your body's already used to it.
I
and
know I
then-
get better REM sleep when I take the RLX because I can see it on my Fitbit, but I don't. I mean, I know the pain will go away if I take the pain drops, you know, but like, I gave a happy and a DTS, I gave a happy energy to my aunt, and she was like, I'm high. She still swears.
I would have just said that's a placebo.
She still says it.
I was in the store, hi, and I was like,
I was like, you're not high. I said, you're just happy. You just don't know how to be happy.
Yeah.
she
But
forgot what it
It's
sounded like.
just a serotonin.
yeah. I really truly believe though that not just the happy and relaxed will help you. You know, as much as I would love to say just the happy and relaxed would help anyone, most people need MLS.
Yeah.
Because that is a multi-spectrum. It covers our whole body, and so much of our stuff starts in our belly. So if you get your belly addressed, then it just like lines up everything. Like, I mean, I don't have allergies now because I take MLS. Weird.
I'm sure.
Like, if I wake up sniffly, I'll take an allergy one. However, normally, whenever I get like seasonal allergies, I'm put in the bed for, you know, a couple of days. The first part, I'm all foggy.
Yeah.
But the MLS is just, it's been life-changing for Sue.
Yeah.
I think that was what made the biggest difference in your pain once we added that. I just really believe any of the solutions almost.
With the gut.
I think it's also because people don't take vitamins.
Well,
And
Americans.
so people are so deficient in
Yes.
so many things, and they don't even realize it.
Americans are overfed and undernourished. And even our food, you couldn't eat enough. You would have to eat so many, like you have to eat, I don't even know how many, to get the actual nutrients because of the absorption level.
Mhm.
Because this is bypassing our belly. So anything that goes through your belly, whether it's a gummy vitamin, whether it's a liquid vitamin, all of those have such low absorption that you're really just peeing out expensive stuff. I mean, I stopped taking it, all the pills, because I was like, if I'm peeing out 80% of that and not getting it in my belly, I don't want to swallow it. And I just don't.
Why?
So, yeah, why do it?
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
it-
I mean, we obviously do want to eat as healthy as we could eat. But that's another thing with Presley. I think that the nutrients in the drops have improved her well-being too.
Yeah.
Because she takes, I've added a couple, like just because her gut really needed that detox. So I've added a gentle detox, and let's see, she takes the energy one in the daytime. Happy, she takes beauty for her skin because she has eczema. So I just think that's pretty cool.
Welcome in.
Hello.
Let me make some room for you.
Yeah.